Hello everybody, welcome to your graduation ceremony. Also a very warm welcome to your family and friends who have joined us today. Now after months of grueling hard work, dedication and inspiring commitment, you have not only successfully completed your program but also set an example for what one can achieve if they put their minds to it. As you begin another journey in your life, to mark this auspicious occasion, let us start by lighting the lamp at the IIIT Bangalore campus. With that, we hope that your lives will be filled with light and happiness. As we kick off our ceremony today, we have put together an extremely special and exciting agenda where you will get a chance to hear from eminent industry leaders, esteemed members of IIIT Bangalore faculty, as well as some surprise performances, to make this an absolutely memorable experience for each of you. At the end, we will also have a special segment where Professor Sadagopan, Professor RC, Ronnie, myself, and some other members of upGrad family who will interact and answer questions posted by you. So stay tuned for till the end. Now, without any further ado, I would like to invite two very important leaders from IIIT Bangalore and upGrad, without whom we would not have a reason to gather here today on this beautiful Sunday morning to celebrate your success. Please welcome upGrad Chairman and Co-founder Ronnie Screwvala and Professor Sadagopan, Director at IIIT Bangalore, who have a very special message for each one of you.
Good afternoon, good morning, and for many of you joining us not just from India, from around the world, good day as you're listening to this live or listening to this later on. It must be such a strange feeling, right? I mean, when you started off on this course with IIIT Bangalore and with upGrad, it was with mixed feelings because anyway, you had sort of thought education was over and you had joined the working life. And then suddenly you decided it's not enough and I need to upgrade myself and I need to specialize. And you took a course. And just about that time, you felt, how am I going to explain this to the family, to my wife, to my kids, to my parents, to my brother, to my sister? What am I doing in front of a computer? What is this deep learning? Why am I investing 11 months or 12 months or 15 months or 6 months of my life and career for almost a long time? And then the pandemic happened. And actually, everyone suddenly figured out what you were doing was really real and that it had a meaning. And you got a little bit of legitimacy. And guess what? You were anyway stuck at home doing work. And so suddenly this became the norm. This became for you something that was extremely acceptable. An online learning, something that you picked and chose to do. And I don't think you're all the class, as we would call it, as the COVID class of 2020 or 21, because that's not something you want to be remembered by. But I think you were in that stage and age where you decided to take something online. You decided to upgrade yourself. You decided to specialize in something at a time at which the world was almost going through an extremely transformative stage. So I think it will be mixed feelings as you come to a culmination of this and you come to a graduation of this. I'm very proud to be part of the group that is addressing you today. We've got a diverse group of people, almost 2,200 of you who are graduating either from data science or from machine learning or from blockchain or from full stack development. And firstly, of course, congratulations to all of you. I would say today, when people ask you, what's the best form of learning, we all keep saying on-the-job learning. So on-the-job learning, in my opinion, now already has a new definition, right? Because you're on the job, which all of us are. We are continuing to in our professional life, and yet we're specializing. So on-the-job learning now has a new definition in the 2020s and the 2030s, where your continued learning, and your continued learning on the job, and your continued specialization with all the augmented tools. That's something that online provides for you, is something that you've discovered, something that you have felt very good and part of, and I think it's going to play a mainstay in your future career. So be part and welcome again to the new form of on-the-job learning, on-the-job upgrading. So all I would say is, the action starts now. And my previous industry, I was in media and entertainment, and the catchphrase for all of us is, picture abhi to shuru nahi hui hai, ya to picture abhi tak baki hai. And frankly, all I want to tell each of you all here is, the action only just starts now. Not just because you've graduated, not because it's a new hemisphere or a new segment or a new chain in your life, but it's also the beginning of a lifelong learning journey. It's now you've tasted it. Now you understand the addiction that learning is going to be a constant process for me to be able to do and be focusing on every 3 to 4 to 5 years. So I want to say welcome not just to the new on-the-job learning, but welcome to the new journey of lifelong learning, where you see accomplishments and then there'll be a level of plateauing, and there'll be a new sense of energy as you feel there's something else that you want to do. Lastly, I want to tell you it's a privilege for everyone at IIIT Bangalore and at upGrad to welcome you now formally into our alumni group. Now, most alumni, when we pass out of college, are people where you remember your friends or you want to go back occasionally for nostalgia to your college premises. The beauty of this alumni is a permanent lifelong connect. So we will be reaching out to you for multiple things. You want help in job interviews. Soft skills today is one of the most important things that all of us need to be round-ended. And I think this is something also that our alumni, we're investing a lot of time to be able to input with soft skills to make each of you a much more round-ended person than you are today. Thank you, congratulations, and best wishes.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Chief guest of the day, Mr. N. Ganapathy Subramanian, COO of TCS. The upGrad co-founders, Rani, Mayank, and Falgun. Members of the Senate, Dean Professor Chandrasekhar, Associate Dean Professor Trisha Anjali, who has done an amazing job in the last 4 years, practically managing every aspect of the upGrad IIIT-B program, my very distinguished faculty colleagues, my dear students, and most important, the graduating students of the day, alumni, staff, members of the print and electronic media. Welcome to the 5th graduation ceremony of IIIT-B upGrad program. Graduation is a celebration of success of the graduating students. Please join me in congratulating our class of 2021 students and, most important, their families who have supported the students. We are living in difficult times. COVID-19 has impacted the entire planet. Millions of lives lost globally, with more than 1.5 lakhs having lost their lives in India alone. It is really sad. Yet, the indomitable spirit of the human species finds solution in the form of vaccine that too developed in record time. By designing some of the vaccines and manufacturing and supplying many more in record number, in very large numbers, India has gained global leadership position in this year. The management of COVID-19 cases uses analytics. The planning and monitoring of vaccines for COVID-19 uses analytics. So it is analytics and analytics, the subject that many of you have mastered as part of this IIIT-B upGrad course. Today, all businesses are becoming tech business, and data is powering most of such tech. Just 3 data points. Number 1, read the book, The Ventilator Project by IIT Kanpur, released on 16th March, just a couple of days back, where 20 techies came together to create a ventilator design in just 90 days. Point number 2, Airbnb is a hotel room aggregator company. They have more rooms in their inventory than the 5 of the world's largest hotel chains put together. Watch the YouTube video by Surabhi Gupta, who heads a 300+ team of data engineers for Airbnb, which is a hotel room aggregator company. Number 3, former chief data scientist of United States government, Dr. DJ Patil, and Infosys co-founder Nandan Nilekani had a fireside chat on July 18, 2017, right in the city Bangalore, and it was organized by none other than upGrad. So, healthcare, hospitality, and government businesses are data business today, and you are right in it. I am sure you all would have liked to be personally present today, along with your families, to cheer you up, or at this joyous occasion. However, COVID-19 has forced all graduations to go virtual. We have tried hard to make the ceremony as close to real life as possible. Our chief guest has been kind enough to be present virtually. You will get lots of real-world wisdom distilled in the words of our chief guest. His decades of experience, that too in a marquee company, TCS, the finest gem among the Tata companies that represent the best among the Indian corporate sector, gives him a vantage point to observe the technology world. Do learn from his words of wisdom. Let me congratulate you all once again and convey my very best wishes to you and your families. Thank you.
Thank you, Ronnie and Professor Hadagopan. I'm sure you will agree that those were some very inspiring words. Now, coming to the most awaited part of the event, we have another leader who has joined us today. We are truly grateful and honored to have Mr. N.G. Subramaniam, Chief Operating Officer of TCS, as a guest of honor today. Mr. Subramaniam is the Chief Operating Officer of TCS since February 2017 and an additional director and chairman of Tata Elxsi Limited since November 2014. Prior to taking over the CEO's role, he served as the Executive Vice President and Head of TCS Financial Solutions, a strategic business unit of TCS. In that role, he was responsible for steering the non-linear growth strategies, products and platform businesses of TCS for over 5 years. He has held many key leadership positions in TCS across client delivery, business development, integration of business and product development. As head of banking and financial services practice for TCS for close to 5 years, he was instrumental in consolidating TCS's knowledge base, calibrating domain-centric offerings, creating opportunities, and laying the foundation for its verticalization. He has been part of TCS and the Indian IT industry for the past 38 years. He has played a strategic role in several landmark projects that TCS undertook across geographies. He has in-depth knowledge on technology trends and systems policies of leading corporations. As a thought leader, he has spoken in global conferences and actively interacts and shapes opinion among industry analysts. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. N.G. Subramaniam.
Professor Sadagopan, Director IIIT Bangalore, upGrad co-founders Rani Skruvala, Mayank and Bhalgun, members of the Senate, Dean, Associate Dean, distinguished faculty, graduating students, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It's my absolute pleasure and privilege to be with all of you today. At the outset, let me thank Professor Sadagopan for giving me this opportunity and inviting me to the 5th graduation ceremony of the IIIT-B upGrad program. On the same note, my hearty congratulations to all the graduating students, their parents, beloved families, and the faculty on this defining day. A day of pride, optimism, and possibilities. It is my firm belief that I can't be adding to the professional education that you all have received already. What I intend to do is, besides wishing you all the very best in life, to share with you some of my perspectives on technology and what I see is happening around us and how the digital technology is especially making a tectonic shift to every walk of life. The year 2020, the pandemic changed everything. Remote working is here for good, and in some manner it will continue. Industry is thinking about moving work to people rather than the other way around. Touchless and contactless transactions are the new normal. Telemedicine has come of age. Doctors, patients, insurance companies are all embracing it holistically. We have some new neighbors in birds, animals, cleaner environment, less emissions, and so on and so on. It is difficult to predict the future, but I can safely say that for your generation, technology is going to be changing a lot more rapidly. And the impact of technology on life and businesses is going to be much more profound than what it did in my times. So what should we be doing? Over the last 12 months or so, I would have interacted with about 100 plus CXOs across the globe. In all these interactions, there is a pattern that is emerging in terms of what their priorities are, how their business perspectives are changing, how important technology has become to their business, and so on and so on. In fact, most of them believe more and more of their business is getting embedded into technology. The first takeaway for me is that artificial intelligence is for real. The pandemic has shown to them that whatever little automation that they did, whether it is through algorithms or through robotic process automations or otherwise, those processes were much more resilient than others. There is a general endorsement across the globe that design and empathy are for the humans. Rest all can be made by algorithms. So, artificial intelligence is there for real, and let's embrace it holistically. The second one is agile way of working. Most organizations felt that areas where they have adopted agile way of working, or organizations which adopted agile way of working much more holistically, they were found to be a lot more resilient than others, or relatively speaking. Right? There is a greater realization that agile promotes openness, promotes collaboration, enables remote working, and brings in innovation that in turn delivers speed to value. So agile and agility is going to be an important trait for the future. The third dimension is one of cloud and internet. The pandemic has proven beyond doubt that cloud and internet are resilient, are scalable, performing, and secure. So there is a greater momentum by all organizations, huge, big, small, doesn't matter. All of them are embracing cloud and cloud technologies in a big way within their organizations. The realization is that when they moved infrastructure to cloud, they realized that it has become a shareable asset. Accessing that has become a lot more easier. When infrastructure has moved to cloud, then becomes the application. The application became a shareable asset when it got into cloud. Suddenly, applications are accessible by everyone from everywhere. And it becomes 24/7. Then the data becomes a shareable asset, and it becomes a lot easier to mesh the organization's data with the external ones and create inferences for meaningful decision making. So the cloud technologies, the data, analytics around it, all are going to be very, very important skills for the future. The next one is what I call as ecosystems and principle of abundance. Traditionally, we are all used to a way of working by identifying the constraints in our life. If you take an example, an organization may have an expensive CNC machine or such thing, and that becomes the constraint around which the business processes are all evolved to optimize the usage of that constrained resource, thereby maximizing efficiencies, velocity, and throughput. Whereas the new digital era, the new digital technologies are overcoming that constraint. It is one of understanding that there is a sense of abundance around us. There are no constraints. The technologies allow us to go beyond the organizational boundaries, to reach out to partners, seamlessly connect with them, create ecosystems, and enhance the capabilities of the organization itself, be it intellect, be it resources, be it infrastructure, be it anything. So the principle of abundance is one important mindset change that we all need to go through rather than constraints and adapting the constraints. The last one is sustainability. The pandemic has shown us that we need to be disciplined. So what is discipline? My take on that is it's about working and coexisting with the nature. The nature is an important stakeholder in every product and every solutions that we come up with and where we keep creating. As I speak, the digital technologies at the core of some of the most difficult problems that are trying to be solved, be it the vaccine, be it the new ways of housing, healthcare, education, financial services, agriculture, food, water, and whatnot. Everything is undergoing a tectonic shift in terms of how they can be made better, how they can be made to coexist and protect the nature and the planet Earth. Albert Einstein's 5 ascending level of intellect goes like this. At level 1, he calls it as smart. At level 2, he calls it as intelligent. At level 3, brilliant. Level 4, genius. And at level 5, simple. Our ability to articulate complex matters with clarity and simplicity is going to be the most desired skill as we embrace artificial intelligence in our lives. So the future is now. You can be the GPS. Wish you all a great future. Thank you.
Truly amazing. Those words were thought-provoking. It is truly an honor to hear eminent leaders like Mr. Subramaniam speak and share their experiences with us. It just makes each of us come to realize just how much is out there for us to learn, to grow, and to be inspired by. Sir, from us at upGrad, IIIT Bangalore, and on behalf of everyone attending the event today, thank you so much for your time and the wonderful speech. Now, coming to the next segment of the event, we have yet another leader from IIIT Bangalore with us, someone each of you have interacted with and truly learned from throughout the course of the program. I would like to now call Professor R.C., Professor Chandrasekhar Ramanathan, Dean Academics of IIIT Bangalore, to share a few words and commemorate the achievement of those who have truly surpassed all expectations.
Hello all. I understand that this time there are a few who might be following this graduation ceremony from other parts of the world as well. So I'll begin with good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. On behalf of IIIT Bangalore and upGrad, it is my pleasure to welcome all of you to the graduation ceremony of IIIT-B upGrad postgraduate diploma programs. I'm delighted to welcome the learners from all the graduating cohorts on this momentous occasion. Data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence continue to provide exciting opportunities and plenty of challenges all around us. On this day of graduation, I urge you to reflect upon some of the key learnings and internalize what you have learned by going to the core of what you have learned. That process is what will help you not to forget the foundational concepts and principles that are behind the scores of algorithms and techniques you would have been exposed to as part of this learning. Once you are in that stage, you will be ready for all the challenges that come your way. The point is that when you are equipped with everything from a screwdriver to a jackhammer, you should know when to unleash what. I would like to caution you against the pitfall of resting on what you have learned till now. We would be satisfied that our job of imparting education is done well if we have been able to motivate you to keep your learning journey going and mark this day as the beginning and not the end of learning. No, I'm not going to give you any more assignments or exams, so do not worry. I will take a minute to give you a glimpse of the exciting happenings in data science as well as software development that is happening right here at IIIT-B. The Machine Intelligence and Robotics Center set up by the government of Karnataka is picking up good momentum. We have faculty researchers looking at problems in the area of healthcare, education, and smart governance. We have social scientists looking at responsible AI, explainable AI, privacy implications of AI, and ML. We are forging industry partnership through the CSR programs with Emphasis, CGI, and others as well. On the software development front, IIIT-B is the host institution of a large open source project called MOSIP, Modular Open Source Identity Platform. Even as we speak, countries have been lined up to go live with the production implementation of MOSIP. You will be proud to know that many of the best practices such as DevOps, Agile Development, CI/CD used in MOSIP have found their way into the PGDSD curriculum. IIIT-B will continue to strive to provide research-led education to ensure that our learners get the benefit of getting up to speed with the most relevant knowledge within the shortest possible lag in these rapidly changing times. As a degree-granting higher education institution, we are well aware that education can never be declared complete. The saving grace is that the online world helps us adapt to the shifting goalposts ever so effectively, without which we can never dream of staying competitive in this professional race. So I would like to acknowledge, thank, and congratulate upGrad for lending a big helping hand to busy working professionals by creating this amazing learning platform that helps fast track this whole teaching learning process. Every degree, diploma, and certificate you earn in this journey adds color to your professional profile. And we all know that the spectrum of light includes a lot more than 7 colors. In a similar manner, the 7 or 8 courses that you did as part of the programs will open the world of new opportunities. So I wish all of you a wonderful and colorful professional life with all the success you aim for. The commitment that you have shown towards successfully completing your program and moving closer to your professional goals is commendable. At IIIT-B, our endeavor is to craft a career path for our learners that is equipped with technology, knowledge, research skills, and the spirit of entrepreneurship. We try to give our students maximum exposure to opportunities that will help them create an impact on both industry and society as they graduate from our institute. Some of you have achieved exceptional results, and today it is my honor to announce the names of these awardees. We would like to begin with the Top Performer Award. This award recognizes those students who had the best academic performance and have scored the highest CGPA in their respective program. From the Postgraduate Diploma in Data Science program, the award goes to Purnendu Patra, Karthik KS, Aman Jaipuria, Tejas Shanbag, Kishore SJV, Sandeep Reddy, Sangeeta Lahoti, Ashni Damaria, Harnoor Singh, Nikhil Bansal, Amit Chawla, Shroka Reddy Anugu, Gaurav Khare. Now we have the winners from the postgraduate diploma in machine learning program, and the award goes to Apur Bharadwaj, Vishwesh Srimali, Amit, Arun Biji Matthew, Raja Ram Ranganathan, Bijoy Kaipilli, Unesh Khanna, Prachi Sharma, Srinath Nair. From the postgraduate diploma in software development program, the winners of the top performer award are: in the full stack development track, we have Smith Veerpareya, Anurit Kaur, Sweta Gurram. In the blockchain track, we have Manjunathan Sundaresan, Viren Deshpande. Congratulations to all the winners. I would also like to take this opportunity to recognize those learners who went beyond the academics curriculum. Many went out of their way to help their peers. Some set inspirational benchmark for others, pushing them to do better, while many achieved stellar career transitions. All admirable indeed. Next up is the Networking Guru Award. This award goes to those learners who not only recognize the golden networking opportunity that has been presented to them through their program, but also made great use of it. From actively participating in the discussion forum and WhatsApp groups, to answering academic questions, to guiding fellow students on career-related decisions. They were the front runners in every aspect. Many of them even connected with their peers on platforms like LinkedIn to build relationships that will last beyond the program. Congratulations to all of you. The next award category is the Got an Upgrade Award, and it goes to those who have successfully achieved the career transitions that they had benchmarked for themselves at the onset of the program. It takes great determination, commitment, and focus to achieve these milestones, and we are very proud of each winner who made the desired transitions. Despite the challenging of juggling the program with professional and personal commitments, they were able to secure senior roles in leading companies along with successfully completing their programs. All the best to each one of you in your new roles. Our next award is the Inspiring Women Award. There is nothing that she can't achieve once she sets her mind to it. From meeting deadlines to raising a family and working relentlessly at their job, these are the women who have inspired not only the upGrad team and us, but also their peers. Ladies, we salute you. You continue to raise the bar with every achievement. Now we have the Rising Star Award. This award goes to those learners whose program began with a few ups and downs, but as they continued to learn, they slowly yet surely surpassed all hurdles, personal or professional, and successfully progressed to achieve exceptional results. We all want to be better, smarter, faster, and more efficient, and these learners were definitely able to achieve this for themselves. With this award, we want to recognize their consistency and perseverance. Very well done, everyone. We have now come to our fifth and last award for this ceremony. This award is the Academic Stars Award. It goes to those learners who, along with their hard work, also set very high standards for their peers. Juggling the demanding hours of a program, along with the personal and professional commitments, is not simple. These winners are a testament to the fact that it isn't impossible either. They not only maintained a high academic record throughout their program, They also ensured that their performance was consistent and their approach was seamlessly disciplined. I'm truly proud of each of you. And with these winners, we come to the end of the award ceremony. Your performance is inspiring and exceptional. To all of you, congratulations. You have achieved something remarkable, something exceptional, and I hope you will make the most of this achievement. I know that you have it in you to soar even higher and continue to make us proud in your journey ahead. All the best.
Thank you, Professor RC, and congratulations to every winner. May your thirst for knowledge and your unbeatable commitment and your fire to learn only burns brighter. After all the speeches and awards, I'm sure all of us are feeling inspired and geared up to go fight for our dreams. I know I am. But a ceremony isn't complete without some music. To add a little more excitement to your Sunday morning, we have a special performance planned for you. Their foot-tapping energy and unique brand of infectious, happy music, which transcends age, genre, and even language, has been on everyone's lips since their debut song, The Joy of Little Things. Please welcome the four-member neo-folk brand from Cochin, Kerala. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for When Chai Met Toast.
Hi everyone, thank you Mayank for the wonderful introduction. I and the entire team of When Chai Met Toast would like to congratulate you on graduating. We all know it's no small feat, but you guys made it nonetheless. Congratulations. Also, we're super happy to be here on this wonderful occasion. Let's make the celebration even more memorable with us performing a bunch of songs as dedication to you guys. So till then, keep soaring, keep flying high like a firefly.
Like a firefly up in the night, alive and bright, chasing our shadows. Days grow longer and days grow shorter as I life. Passing streetlights and starry moonlights and high five. Days grow longer and nights grow shorter as I life. Passing streetlights and starry moonlights and high five. Hey, hey, I see, I feel no sorrow. Check it out. There, I see, I feel no sorrow. Check it out. Like a firefly up in the night, alive and bright, chasing our shadows. Like a firefly up in the night, alive and bright, chasing our shadows. Up in the night, alive and bright, chasing our shadows. Like a firefly, up in the night, alive and bright, chasing our shadows. Like a firefly, up light, not even right, chasing our shadows. Hey! 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 Thank you so much for inviting us over. We hope to come back really soon to you guys. Till then, see you. Hey! 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 Thank you so much. Now going to the next song. This one's called Run Closer. Let's go! And closer. Don't let it go, let it go. Run closer. Let it go, let it go. Walk away. Take a step, take a leap into the other side. You don't see, run away. Let your heart beat in time into the rhythm that you desire. Walk away. Head still high and dreams inside and walk away. Run closer. Don't let it go, let it go. Run closer. Let it go, let it go. Let's go. Walk away. Heavy but steady, slow from the tears that you don't show. Run. Footsteps leading forth into a place unseen before. Walk away. Sat no dark in नजरें मिला के चल पड़े. Say hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love is in the air. Say hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Love is in the air. And close. Don't let it go, let it go. And close. Let it go, let it go. And close. Don't let it go, let it go. Run closer. Let it go, let it go. Super, thank you so much. Hope you guys enjoyed the performance. Now, what better way than a sweet surprise on a special day? Sit back, relax. What's coming up next is a salute to you and your achievements. See you next time.
You know, upGrad was founded with a shared passion to help every person out there who wants to learn and upskill get best in class education. And when we see these photos, videos, and comments by our learners, it makes every sleepless night, all that hard work and headache worth it. Thank you. You make us. Thank you when Chai Met Toast. That was an amazing performance. I'm sure all of us will definitely be humming your tunes today. I hope you all enjoyed the surprise we had planned for each of you. But that's not the end. What is a graduation ceremony without the emotion of throwing your graduation hats up in the air? Through this online graduation, we at upGrad have tried replicating each element that you would have as part of an offline ceremony. As a special surprise, we now have our very own IIIT Bangalore and upGrad exclusive graduation filter on Instagram for each and every one of you. All you need to do is open your Instagram or Facebook, search for the filter titled Graduate with IIIT Bangalore, and click your photos and share it, tagging us, and let the whole world know of this landmark feat that you have achieved. What are you waiting for? Share this moment with your friends and family members now. Now, as you graduate today, we wanted you to not only hear from us about how special and unique your career journey is and just how big your achievement is, but also from someone who, just like you, graduated from upGrad and IIIT Bangalore some time ago. Please welcome Jyoti Rajesh.
Thank you, upGrad, for giving me this opportunity. The esteemed team, members of the faculty, our chief guest, Mr. N.G. Subramaniam, and each of my friends who are gathered here today. First of all, a hearty congratulations to every student who is graduating today. You are an achiever, you are a fighter, and magnificent in your own way. You have reached a very important milestone in your life. I myself take extreme pride in being an alumni of upGrad and IIIT-B, and it's my honor and privilege to address this gathering today. IIIT-B and upGrad are frontrunners in revolutionizing the whole online professional education program, and the high quality and the rigorous schedule that is a part of this program is second best to none. I did my post-graduation in computer science way back in 2002. And the next upskilling that I did was in 2018. A good 16-year-old gap. I wanted to be a PhD. But this 16-year-old gap made it inevitable for me to brush up way back what I did in 2002. And that is exactly where the postgraduate diploma in machine learning and AI clicked. The way the program takes you through the basics first and moves on to the advanced concepts helps you to not only cover what you've forgotten, but at the same time upskills you. The online nature of the program helped me to upskill myself along with keeping my personal and my professional responsibilities. The well-planned content, the rigorous schedule, the constant communication, push, support from the student mentors, the assignments and the exams, all of it was a very, very rewarding experience for me. After completing the postgraduate diploma in machine learning and AI, I was able to propose and implement multiple proof of concepts of applying ML AI in the CAD and the PLM domain in my organization. And one of these ideas I have been able to present as a speaker at the coveted Grace Hopper Conference this year. Moreover, I am leading innovations in my organization for process improvements using machine learning and AI. Having said that, all the students who have graduated today, you have taken your first step in creating your personal brand. And this is the beginning of an amazing professional journey in your life. The data and the technology domain that you have upskilled yourself into has boundless and unimaginable applications. The upskilling that you have done will definitely give you an edge to land into your dream job, whether it is in your current organization or a different one. But wherever you are, apply your learnings to the real world use cases, the real world problems. Do not wait for someone to come and give you an idea. Look out for opportunities, get your hands dirty with the data and the algorithms, and solve that real problem in the world. Hearty congratulations again, because you have taken the challenge to dive into the water and you have swam across successfully with flying colors. You are an achiever. Welcome to the clan of data and technology experts, and let's spread the magic of this technology together. Thank you.
Thank you so much for those lovely words, Jyoti. It fills our hearts when we hear such kind words from our alumni. While you have chosen to embark on this journey with upGrad, our relationship with you does not end at the end of your program. Having successfully completed the program, you are officially part of the upGrad alumni network and will join over 13,000 fellow alumni from data, digital marketing, product management, software development, and general management domains. Each member of the community is entitled to several alumni benefits that will ensure that you continue your upskilling journey, network with and learn from your peers, and unlock tons of career advancement opportunities. The three major initiatives that you should know about are upGrad Rise, a learning initiative giving you access to live sessions, short courses and masterclasses with industry experts, upGrad After Hours, a virtual networking event held every month, and upGrad Sharp, just-in-time interview prep services that will help you to crack your next big interview. Do check out your inboxes, as our alumni team will share details over email outlining each of these initiatives and a ton of other alumni benefits for each of you. Now the surprises do not end here. I see so many comments, questions, and reactions that each of you have been posting throughout the graduation ceremony today. So before we end, we have a fun segment planned for you where Ronnie, myself, and other members of IIIT Bangalore and upGrad family will answer at least most, if not all, questions that you have been posting. So stay tuned as we bring everyone together exclusively for you.
Check 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay, guys. So now, congratulations first of all to all of you that we are now completed the formal graduation ceremony. And I know all of you guys are extremely excited. We have been watching all those questions and all those feedback that you are sending us across. Now, this session is a slightly different session altogether. We had a proper formal graduation ceremony. Now we are going to just get into a slightly more casual zone. So I'd like to welcome my fellow panelists for the conversation right now. First of all, let's welcome Professor S. Sadagopan, Director at IIIT Bangalore. Hello, Professor.
Yeah.
Good to see you in the office, sir.
Yes.
The next one, sorry, go ahead.
I think the students should know it is all not only virtual. Some of them are real. These are real. Yes.
The next one to welcome my co-founder, Ronnie Struwala, Chairman and co-founder of upGrad. Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie. Hey.
Hi, Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie.
Okay, we're getting an echo. Professor Sadagopan, are you getting an echo or is it clear for you?
I am not getting echo.
Okay. So it may be from my side. Sure. The next one, everyone was talking about his changed look. Professor R.C., Dean Academics, IIIT Bangalore.
Yes, there are so many comments.
Lots of comments from Professor
Yes.
R.C.
Yes.
I think I'm waiting for him to join in as well.
Okay, we don't see RC yet. Okay.
No, not yet. Yeah, I think he's in.
Yes. Okay.
Professor R.C.
RC, you should do an analytics on the comments.
We'll do that.
Yes.
Yeah, I had to, Professor R.C., I'm sorry, I had to send that one link of yours from IIIT Bangalore image because everyone was asking that they have forgotten your actual original image. At which okay, we have our next special guest, Rashi Kumra, one of our alumni from postgraduate diploma program in machine learning, June 2019 batch. Hi, Rashi. Welcome into the panel.
Hi, hello everyone.
Great. Congratulations on graduation, Rashi. I know you will be representing everyone who are on the other side, asking us tough questions or at least sharing your experiences with everyone else. The last one that I would like to welcome is our student success mentor, Smita Manwani. Student mentors, as many of you would know, have been taking all your brunt and all the tough questions during the course of the program. So, Smita, I know that many of your learners would be graduating today.
Yes, they are one.
Sort of hear your context and your thoughts also as part of the session itself. Now,
thank you, Mayank, and hi everyone.
Sorry, welcome everyone. So this is all our panelists right now. I've been told that I will not be allowed to get out if I don't mention that for all of you guys who are graduating today, there is an Instagram and Facebook search filter where you have to search for graduate with IIIT-B, not IIIT Bangalore, IIIT-B. And if you find that, you will have a IIIT Bangalore backdrop and you have your graduation hat. All of you can quickly go on to Facebook and Instagram to get the filter on and take your photographs and share the photograph and your achievement with everyone else. So guys, with that, welcome into this more casual live chat with IIIT Bangalore, upGrad, one of your fellow alumni and the student mentor. But before I get started, this is going to be completely casual. So I think there's no, you guys feel free to keep on asking questions. We'll keep on hearing these questions, taking questions and answering those. But before I get started, can I request Professor Sadagopan to maybe kickstart the session, mood, the session's context with any interesting trivia or any interesting thoughts that you have, either an online program or a IIIT Bangalore experience that you would like to share with everyone else.
Thank you, Mayank. Okay, let's have some fun. Okay, so let me start with some trivia. Yesterday happens to be 20th March, and today 2,323 students are graduating, and there seems to be something about 23, and if you add 2 plus 3 you get 5, and this is the 5th graduation day for the IIIT-B upGrad. Okay, so in some sense they are trivial, but they are not trivia, right? There is a lot of meaning to it. All that I want you to do as a homework is go and look up the Wikipedia. There's a nice conversation between the mathematical genius Ramanujan. We both share the same town and even the same street. And Ramanujan told Professor G.H. Hardy about a number called 1729, which happened to be the number plate of the taxi in which Ramanujan was traveling. And he told, "No, Hadi," I'm quoting Ramanujan, "it's a very interesting number. It is the smallest number expressible as the sum of two cubes in two different ways. 1729 is the sum of cubes of 10 and 9. It is also the sum of cubes of 12 and 1. So even trivia can be interesting and so interesting. So I just want you to keep in mind, because you are all in analytics space. So every number should speak to you. Okay. So slightly on a more fun, it's interesting right now among the IIIT-B upgrad students who are pursuing the program, there is one student who happens to be a senior manager in ABB working in Atlanta in United States. He graduated with his MTech from IIT Kanpur way back in 1983. Another student is a senior manager right in Namma Bengaluru working for HPE, and who graduated with an MTech from IIIT-B just 20 years back. And both of them have a classmate who happens to be a IIIT-B upgrad program student and who joined in 2020. So you have generation of students within the program. And what I want you to realize is this is something which analytics and software alone cannot bring out. This is where you need to have the skill of connecting the dots. Last but not the least, let me tell you something even more interesting. Two of the alumni of our very first batch who graduated in 2001 walked into my office in 2004 and they said, "Sir, we are a couple." Okay. When I told this to the IIMB director, he made a nice remark. "Professor Shadagopan, IIIT-B has arrived." Right? And more interesting, the father of the daughter, the father of the girl, happens to be a former chairman of one of the public sector bank. He introduced me to his colleagues. Professor Shadagopan runs an institute which is generally well known for wholesome education, but also provides opportunities for students to find their life partners. Okay, it applies to IIIT-B upgrad program as well. Okay, so that is the fun part. Go and enjoy the day. On a graduation day, I think we should not only have serious lectures. I think we had a great talk by NGS, but we should have some fun too. Okay, that's why I thought I will share it with you. And over to you, Mayank.
No, perfect. Thank you, Professor. But just maybe one more point. I will not let you go right away.
Yes.
Everyone sees you as an extremely strong, serious, and focused personality. Very strong demeanor. And that's a trait that you display to everyone that you go and meet and in the campus as well. But just outside of teaching, outside of work, Professor, just our learners would love to understand. I know a little bit about that, but maybe for our learners also, that what do you do to unwind outside of work, outside of academia, outside of teaching? Because sometimes as learners, we only see you as teachers, but we don't get to know the other half and other side of your personality. So maybe just for the benefit of everyone, people would love to understand, what does Professor Shadagopan do when he is not teaching, when he's not involved in administration, when he's not involved in research?
Okay, excellent question, Mayank. Okay, so I think it may be surprising for the students because to some extent, okay, I seem to work very hard, but I call myself a 365-day holidayers. And people think that, look, I don't take vacation. It's actually not true. I have not taken vacation in the normal sense, but I have seen all the 6 continents and, remote places in New Zealand, all the way to Alaska, to Saudi Arabia, all of Europe, and obviously Asia, America, etc. What I generally do is that I am in the world of my former students. And I go and meet them. And because they are in different places, I also end up getting to see places. Okay? So let me tell you something very interesting that many people possibly don't realize it. We all teach 1 or 2 courses over the 4 or 5 years of a student's life in an institute, whether it's IIT Kanpur, IIM Bangalore, or IIIT-B. But what we actually do is when they graduate, including all the 23 students who have graduated today, we have taken an unwritten agreement from all of you that you will teach us for the next 40 years. And that is what keeps us going. Okay. So amazing amount of teaching, and because you all end up going all over, and I had, December 2019, two of my former students were retiring as chief secretaries of two states of this country. And one of my former students is a member of the parliament, right? So we have billionaires, we have professors, etc. But because of that, I think, if you are teaching, you also end up getting an amazing quality. You can talk to a toddler to a 90-year-old grandma or grandpa. So you can communicate across. I will stop with one interesting thing, which no market research would have ever given you. I was visiting my former student after 20 years, and, I was there for his wedding, but, afterwards I had not met his wife. So he introduced me to his wife, and his wife asked him, what does your professor do? And he said he has been teaching in IITs and IIMs. He taught for about 20 years in IIT Kanpur. And, you will get surprised. There was an instant reaction from my former student's wife, who happens to be the mother of a 16-year-old son. And I quote, "This guy deserves to be shot dead," unquote. "This guy deserves to be shot dead," is what she busted. I immediately got shaken up. I asked her, "Maine kya kasur kiya?" So what wrong I did? Okay. And she said, very nice. She said, "You have been teaching in IIT for 20 years. And typically every year in IITs, about 1 million students take the exam. Only a small number, 2,000 for many years, now 20,000, okay, make it. But 1 million minus 20,000 is close to 1 million, right? So that many students don't make it, so they become miserable. When they become miserable, their parents become miserable, their siblings become miserable, their grandpas become miserable, their friends become miserable. At least about 10 students become miserable when they don't make it to the JEE. So in a year, about 10 million students, you make them miserable. In 20 years, you had made 200 million people's life miserable. Don't you deserve to be shot dead? Right? So what I'm trying to say is, it's a very different perception. So I would have never got to know there is another perception of a professor in IIT or IIT or IIM. Okay? I think this is what makes us going. So we keep talking to them, and all that I do is I am with people all the time. Thank you, Mayank. I hope that the participants enjoyed it. Thank you.
So thank you, Professor. Thank you, Professor. I know, I think one of the things that at least everyone is getting it is that they can invite you to travel at their places.
Yes.
So guys, and Professor, at the start of it, there are people from Australia, from Vietnam, from Tokyo, from Atlanta. So I think you have multiple geographies to cover. I think
there is one new geography I kind of discovered. I even kind of sent a reply to that student. There is one student who had put a post that he is from Afghanistan, and today happens to be the New Year day. So I actually posted double bonanza. Maybe I'll visit Afghanistan.
Yes, so that's a new.
Thank you.
Perfect. I'll just maybe switch tracks and maybe get out of IIT Bangalore to Ronnie from upGrad. Ronnie, everyone heard your speech. Everyone got inspired by the speech. But one of the things that we are trying to bring out in this session is not who you are as a professional, but perhaps who you were as a student. So I know that when we coined the term "Naam ki nahi, kaam ki degree," there were a lot of thoughts that went behind this. But just could you share with others how were you as a learner, as a student? And I know that you have a very different point of view, that you are a learner throughout the life. But just when you were studying in your undergrad or school education, what were you as a learner? And just what's the thought process when you said "Naam ki nahi, kaam ki degree"? What did upGrad mean by that? If you can just share with all of us out here.
I think some of the best memories we have is when we're students. Some of the strongest friendships we make is when we're students. And we're hoping that carries forward here. I think if I can sum up my brief student days, end of college and beginning of school and end of college, I think there would be two words. One would be arrogance, and the second would be just vulnerability. And I think my early stages were that I felt that I was a star student, And one of my key realizations I realized is when I was very keen to become the head boy of my school, for example, and I didn't make it. And I introspected about that a little later on. And I feel overall in the last 20, 30 years, when I've seen people look at school, I think the people who became school captains, and for me, the memories were the people who became head boys actually took a very different career path. And some of the ones who actually didn't make it took a very different career path. And so it's been a great learning for me to understand people from a very early stage, from friends and whatever else. My arrogance actually got me to think that I could do almost anything in college, maybe not even sometimes be that disciplined. And I actually failed in intercommerce in that context. And I think that was my first real big marked failure. It made me introspect the importance of learning. It made me introspect on the importance of just taking things for granted, feeling entitled when there's no reason why you should feel entitled. And it really changed the dimension of what I felt for my parents, what I felt for everyone else, and the owner. So I think the whole journey of education was something to that level that kind of changed me a lot. And I think those were strong moments for me that I took away. If I were to take that in today's life, I think part of not doing deep learning or was really that I'm a product of soft skills. I realized that when I was not looking at such hard skills, and I wasn't someone who was going to be a student that was going to go deep and be a master's and then get to my PhD, I had to, as an individual, as a working professional, balance my existence. And I therefore turned to soft skills. And I think today, if I were to tell everyone else, it's a great day for you, but I think one badge of honor that you will put on you is your level of confidence. I'm sure over the last 8, 9, 10, 11 months, 12 months that you've done the course, your level of confidence, self-confidence has gone up. And I think more than what you've learned here, that self-confidence is going to see you through a lot of situations in life, a lot of crossroads, a lot of learning, a lot of ability to communicate in your office, to your peers, to your boss, whatever else. So you've earned knowledge, but I think we've all together also learned an element of self-confidence that I can do it, because you took a very challenging task in a very challenging time and spent a lot of time doing that. So I think my soft skills are the best memories I have from picking up from my college and university days also, that kind of reflect of who I am as a person today, and how I've been able to deal with my multiple failures and my multiple setbacks as we go forward. And just while I'm at it, Professor Gopal, I think now when people meet you, they're not going to have too many bullets to shoot you dead, right? Because I think online education has allowed people that instead of 2,000 out of 20 million, there'll be a higher statistics of people who will be able to take II and III courses across. So I think to a certain extent, maybe after 3 or 4 years, because you are one of the pioneers that took online on and looked at the scope for it, the bullets will be replaced with garlands, I hope, wherever you travel.
Absolutely, absolutely, Mayank. Already what is happening is that JEE itself has now become multi, that JEE is offered this time 4 times a year, right? And then you can take multiple and then your best score will be done. We do hope that in the near future, JEE will become available anytime. You can just go and take it. So that will actually reduce the pressure. So I think one kind of pressure is real. The other kind of pressure is artificial, because on a particular day, if a kid after 2.5, 3 years of preparation falls sick, the whole opportunity is gone, right? So that is another reason why there is so much pressure. And I think online is the way, because without online, JEE can't be offered so many times. We all have run it in 80s. I think we used to travel in a train all the way from Allahabad to Chennai and getting down at every station to ensure that the guys by mistake don't push off the box. Okay, because railways parcels are very different, right? Because we used to move it by railway, there's nothing else there. So physical, I think online is the way, and I think we seem to have got the right thing. And I think I would be happy to get more garlands than brickbats, but I think it's good. But it was still
that, and we'll work on that with you on that for sure.
Thank you. I think we'll do it together. Yeah.
Over back to Mayank.
Yeah, no, I think we're just moving back and forth on this live chat. Ronnie, I want to pick up one more question with you, that when we designed and when we are thinking about online programs, And IIIT Bangalore was the first institution who came to us to launch the program. I just wanted to get your thoughts on what has surprised you the most in this journey. Is there one or two things that you always felt, I don't know whether it will happen or not, but it seems to have happened in a very different manner for you?
Yeah. Well, I'm not someone who normally gets surprised, but you're absolutely right. I think there are definitely revelations in the process. I think for me, when I thought that if you take non-campus learning, there would be a certain sense of skepticism, there would be a certain sense of lethargy, there would be a certain sense of loneliness, which I'm sure there was. But one of the things that has definitely surprised me that almost 80 to 85% of our learners constantly complete the entire course, because in 11 months or 12 months, your life has changed, your family life has changed, your work pressure has changed, you could have changed a job, you didn't know what you bargained for, you have to do some hard work, you have to recapitulate, you might be changing cities, and yet you persevered. So I think one of the best, pleasant surprises, and I think endorsements that makes us feel that this is going to be worth the long journey for the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, is really the seriousness and respect that deep learning has got online versus it being one. So I think that's something that has been a good surprise. We were hoping for it, but it could have gone sideways. It could have taken 5 years. So I think that's definitely one single one. And I think the other one is you take a technology platform, you bring in online, and you expect that over a certain period of time, just because everyone is doing online, they'll do it on their own time, they'll do it in their own silos. But what I've seen is the interactivity and the peer-to-peer learning and the ability for people to cross-pollinate with students is almost made the virtual classroom into a physical classroom. We came forward by saying we'll get industry professionals and faculty and we'll be able to do the best. But I think the learners themselves have taken something that has been a base and taken it to the next level, which is the beauty about anything that you do in a campus or on a platform, is you create something that is a catalyst and then everyone sees it and takes it to the next level. So that's been a really rewarding and pleasant surprise for us.
I agree, Ronnie. And for me, the biggest one was that while we thought that we are doing mostly with learners, it turns out that the entire family is far more involved in that learning initiative. And it's not just learners doing it themselves, but even today we had brothers, siblings coming in, cheering for the learners on the side, parents coming in, cheering for the learners on the side, daughters and sons watching the parents' graduation ceremony. So it's the entire sort of fact that the family is coming together to learn, which at least in my mind I never imagined for that to be happening. Just taking a move on from there, let me just welcome in Professor RC very quickly for a quick set of conversation. Professor RC, I know what and how things happen in the offline world. I'm not fully privy to that, but in the online world, you seems to be taking up on the popularity contest like no one else. Everyone is at the end of the program talking about Professor RC's and Professor RC's lectures. I don't want to ask you, how does it feel? I just want to ask you, what's the difference when it comes as faculty members when you're teaching offline versus teaching online, and what are the things that you need to do differently in that journey for adapting to the online world and online infrastructure?
I think that's a wonderful question. And before that, I think heartfelt thanks to everyone for all the kind words that you have been sharing. I think as faculty members, as teachers, probably that is one of the things that keep us going, I suppose. Yes, I think that's a wonderful question, and I think primarily what is it that we do different in the online world versus teaching in the face-to-face sessions? I don't know. So as far as the way I used to go about doing it, see, as it is, we were at IIIT-B, we are used to teaching very large classes, right? I think if we are coming from a slightly different background, wherein you are working with small classrooms, wherein by default, as part of your pedagogy, you have included a lot of interactivity in your teaching, then I think switching over and being effective in the online world would have been a challenge. But
the IIIT-B model always has been that, for example, we don't have sections, right? So multiple sections of people, right? So we do have all the core classes will have a minimum of 150 students. I think you have visited our campus as well. So 150 students. Now for the machine learning kind of courses, we have 220 students. So I think we are tuned to address large amounts of gathering at the same time. And we tend to evolve our own mechanism of connecting with the students as well. This is not to say that we don't do that, right? So we have other mechanisms, sometimes in a synchronous manner, sometimes in an asynchronous manner through learning management systems and so on. So I think, at least for me personally, I think that stood me in good position to be able to deal with the online classes. And so even though when I'm speaking in front of a computer, so it was still okay, right? I kind of let go of myself and pretend as if I'm speaking to all the students who are sitting right there. And I think beyond that, I think it's just a question of trying to manage those whatever signals that you get, little signals through other channels. I think if we are sensitive enough to catch that and quickly latch on to it and make sure that we are able to establish that particular connect, I think we should be able to more or less be able to manage in a similar manner, both in the offline as well as the online. I think that's my personal experience.
No, Professor Asiya just mentioned one point, and I think once Professor Adagopan shot me down completely on that particular point. I said, look, it's great faculty members are great theater artists, so they can perform in front of live audience. But when it comes to becoming movie stars, it's a very different journey. And it's difficult for faculty members to become movie star. Professor Adagopan told me one thing, that he said that, look, at least faculty members can become movie stars. And he stopped there. And his point was, at least the faculty members have their journey to becoming movie stars. He did not complete the sentence, but he gave the hint as to what he was referring to. On that note, Professor, I think I just want to maybe pick up one more point from your side, that you had an interesting career journey, that you were a working professional, you took up academia, and I think we have hundreds of questions, and I'm opening up my chats also, where Shambhu Gupta had asked this question. Multiple other learners have asked this question, that the question is, I'll frame it slightly differently. I would love to understand just your journey specifically from academia, from being a professional to joining academia, and this entire sort of context of PhD. And everyone is asking this question now, the second one, which is more pertinent to both you and Professor Sadagopan. Is IIIT Bangalore launching an online PhD?
Wow. Okay. So you want me to answer that first, or
let's start with the first one, with your journey of taking up an online or PhD or becoming doctor and then sort of coming back to academia.
Yeah, I think that's been a very, very interesting journey, so to speak. In fact, I also want to say that I ended up in computer science purely by chance. In fact, for all you know, I would have been in a physics lab sitting right now, doing my whatever I would have been doing, right? And I happened to end up the last computer science seat in the last waiting list. Okay, and that's how my journey with computer science started. And somehow even during my student days, I think somehow I had a thing for data, I should admit. And somehow my database courses became more and more interesting. And that's when immediately after my master's, a few of us decided that, this is it. So let's all go for PhD, right? So you know how it is in the hostels, right? So, so it's all mass preparation, mass application, and so on. And ended up joining a computer science program in the US. And even when I was going there, it was clear that I wanted to do something in data. So I ended up working in object-oriented databases and stuff like that. And somehow, I think I lived my professional life in a more of a programming manner. It's a confession. So I said that even before going to the US, I said that immediately after my PhD, I will come back to India. So lo and behold, so after 5 years, I landed back in India. And then, I know at that time, I was not bold enough to face the likes of Professor Sadagopan and jump into academia. I said that maybe I'm not ready yet. So I said, I set my clock saying that 10 years in the industry. So 1 decade in the industry. So my clock started in 97, then I went for Citicorp and then HP. The clock ticked 10 years. And, almost like it was God sent, right? So Professor Sadagopan shows up at HP. He gives a keynote address as part of the HP's technology conference. I get completely, inspired by that. And that's when I came to know that IIIT Bangalore is just across the road from HP in Electronic City. And then I said, okay, here I come. The 10 years are over. And Professor Sadagopan was kind enough to welcome me into this institution. And I'm really grateful to my colleagues at IIIT Bangalore also to extend for somebody who was not in the academia for nearly 10 years. So they also gave me a warm welcome into IIT-B. So it's been a very, very fascinating journey. And that's when one more thing also, it kind of struck me, right? And of course, that is not something that I told my industry folks. My PhD professor told me on the day I joined, she said, welcome to academia. She said, those who can do, those who can't teach, right? So and then I ended up as a teacher. But then I said, at least I wanted to cover myself saying that, okay, I've done it for 10 years, so at least nobody can accuse me of that. So on that note, so it's been a wonderful journey, and I'm thoroughly enjoying being part of academia again and trying to do whatever little I can do. And as Professor Sadagopan said, this is where we as faculty members look forward to the people who are actually doing it even now and learn back from them. And I think that's a big incentive for continue to being in academia, and I really look forward to learning from all of them, continue to learn from all of them. And I'll just take a quick 10 seconds to respond to your other question, and then probably Professor Sadagopan is the one who should answer that, whether we can do an online PhD. I don't know about the online part of it, but I do have a lot of requests from our IIIT-B upGrad program graduates who want to pursue PhD, who are applying for the IIIT-B PhD program, who are applying for PhD programs elsewhere. So we would be glad to write reference letters, recommendation letters, and so on. So that's something that we would love to encourage and welcome people who want to do PhD. But Professor Sadagopan can take a call on the online part of it. I think
it is okay. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, I find lots of posts. I think it's a great thing. I think all that I would say is whoever is interested in PhD, okay, by all means pursue it, because that is the best. That's the best that one can do to yourself. And you also realize that is the highest degree which you can earn. Okay, there's one part of it. But we should also know the flip side. The flip side is, if you normally go by what is called bang for the buck, okay? So PhD is not a paying proposition. That you should know. And, just to kind of shake you up, one of my students has come up with a nice expansion of the acronym PhD. It is also a permanent head damage. Okay? So I think it is important for you to realize, because, PhD is a hard game. Okay? And PhD is not a degree like, other degrees where you have a set of courses and you pursue. Okay. This is something which you have to do it yourself. Okay. So the supervisor only gives you some guidance. He's more like your fellow working person, but you have to discover itself. So what happens is, don't come back and say, sir, give me a PhD problem. No, you have to find out your problem. Okay. That is the first starting point where PhD is different from other degrees. It is not a set of courses. And because of that, PhD can actually be done. See, as a matter of fact, I tell you, typical PhD student life, 1 semester or maybe 2 semesters, he or she will be doing courses. Afterwards, he or she will meet the professor once in a while, And today, most of these meetings can actually be online. And in the third year, we both will be kind of the students and the professor will be meeting in some conferences where they are presenting the paper. And the last year, the student is busy writing the thesis. Okay, so for all practical purposes, most of it can be done online. Okay, but only thing you have to realize is, okay, PhD is a game where you are sitting in the driver's seat. Okay, and quite often you may not even have a Google map, but you do have another person who possibly can guide you. Okay, but I think it's a very self-driven game. In that sense, it's a very different degree. Okay, otherwise, all means welcome. And IIIT-B has a large number of what is called part-time PhD. We don't use the term part-time PhD because we say that, look, it is a modality of a PhD. So PhD is a PhD. It so happened that you are not, you are also having a job. Okay, so online is very much possible, but one has to be, okay, so don't think of the program which you have done extended to be a PhD. It's a very different animal. Okay. I hope I answered the question, Mayank.
Yeah, so if I can summarize, postgraduate diploma and MTech programs are statistics and data science, well, PhD becomes AI and machine learning. So you have to continuously learn on the go and make your product better.
Yes, it is deep learning and a lot of neural networks. Okay.
Yes, correct. Ronnie, what we'll do is just maybe take a pause here, and we do this a lot with all our learners. Professor Sadagopan, Professor RC, I know that you wanted to understand the pulse, and Ronnie also pushed me saying, what's the pulse of the batch? So guys, we'll just launch a poll for all of you. We have some 400, 500 plus learners live right now. So Namit, if you can launch the poll is in one or two or three words, okay, in 2 or 3 words, just type in. So what you need to do, first of all, guys, if you have your laptop or a computer in front of you, go to menti.com, menti.com. Once you type in menti.com, they will ask you for a usage of code. The code that I want you guys to use is 3029, which is on the screen on top, 3029-8688. So go to menti.com, type in the code 3029-8688. Have you guys gone in? Just you can type in on the chat group, yes, so that we know that most of you are on this particular platform right now. Professor Asi, Professor Sadagopan, Ronnie, if you want to just go there, you can also check it out. It's a very simple, go to the link, menti.com, and just type in the code. Okay, I can see a lot of people are there. 3029, just give me a second, 3029-8688. I want you guys to just write down 2 to 3 words that describes your learning journey for the IIIT Bangalore PG Diploma program. Okay. Professor, we are doing a little bit of analytics. Let's see which word picks up the highest as part of our experience words that people are putting out there. Okay, challenging is coming out. Awesome is leading the pack. It's lovely to see challenging and awesome coming together. And exciting is just very close to what people are doing. Yeah.
Exciting is catching up.
Exciting is catching up. Yeah.
Yes.
I think once they finished, it's exciting. Once they were doing it, it was challenging. When they started off, perhaps it was very awesome.
Yes. But
Lovely.
This is a very nice use of word map, Mayank. Very nice.
My team has forbidden me from using multiple questions. They said only you can use one question. So
yeah, I think it's very good. I think, you see, I am a big fan of what is called the small data. See, big data is important, but small data is more important. So this is a small data, right?
Yeah, the small data. And I'll wait till 150 people answering. We are 147. Okay. So maybe 3 more people and then we can close this poll.
Okay.
Perfect. So it is exciting. It is challenging. It's amazing. It's rewarding. It's rigorous. I think these were the words that when we started the program design, and Professor Asi and Professor Sadagopan and Professor Richa were very closely involved in designing the program. And these were the key word that we always thought, that look, it has to be exciting, but at the same time, it has to be rigorous. It has to be rewarding for our learners. And I'm glad that those are the words that are getting reflected on the screen itself at this point in time. Perfect. So just moving on, I think we can close the poll, guys, and we'll just move on. I want to just welcome in our learner, Rashi. If we can have Rashi on the screen. So Rashi is working currently, Rashi, I don't know whether you have changed the designation or not, but currently working as systems engineer at TCS. Has been a graduate of postgraduate diploma program machine learning from June 2019 batch. So it's been a lot of hard work, Rashi, for you to spend the last 1 year doing the program. So now would love, Rashi, if you could, maybe you are representing the entire batch. So everyone, those 2,300 plus people are looking at you to share your experience. I know that you had it's a roller coaster of a ride. Sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down. Would love to just understand, Rashi, just what your experience was. What were the times when you were low? How did you manage to go through the program? Is this the room that you were studying in throughout? Or were you sort of managing the studies from different places? Just if you can share your experience, how did the entire learning journey for the postgraduate diploma program went for you?
Sure. First of all, I'm really thankful for the upGrad team and Mayank that you gave me this opportunity to speak on behalf of the entire batch. I would like to share my experience that exactly it's a kind of roller coaster I've been through from so long. So I started this journey on, I guess, around my birthday last year, around 18 May, when I got a call from upGrad that you can join it. So I also like to thank my husband that he motivated me a lot, that this program is going to help you a lot and you're going to get a new opportunity every time. So it's not the room I used to study. This is my hometown I came now, but I have my Bangalore house where I have completed my entire graduation. And regarding the journey, first of all, I'll say that I used to be a big time traveler, but I ended up in traveling nowhere for around a year. And I'm also married, so it's a kind of a challenge that I have to maintain the house, I have to complete my work, and I have to complete the deadlines as well. And I'm pretty sure that the entire batch is they are also sometimes gets irritated that okay, the deadline is there and they have to complete each and everything. But the best part about the upGrad, I'll say, is that starting from the faculties, the entire course they have created, and the amazing thing is the career service that upGrad has provided me. That I thought that maybe after completing the graduation, no one is going to come and give you a support. But the career team was one of the things that they used to call me every time and ask, okay, where have you reached? Have you updated your LinkedIn profile or not? Have you updated your resume or not? And each and everything. So this is one of the best thing that when I updated my LinkedIn profile as per the career services, I started getting many calls as well. And there I landed up here with a 370% hike in a new organization. So I'm really thankful to upGrad and really thankful to my entire batchmate, because there are few people who helped me a lot reaching here. So I really thank you.
Rashi, just one follow-up question from my side. What was the lowest point during the program? If you could just talk about that, and just where do you feel the most excited during the program? Because the roller coaster, so I need to know the lowest and the highest point of your journey as well.
I would like to answer it as like when I was doing this course and after the course, because it's also kind of roller coaster. While doing the course, the lowest point was kind of the first exam that I gave, and I passed it with a very, very less percentage. Reason being that I used to be topper in my graduation when I was doing it, but it was a kind of like a very lowest point for me, that okay, it was a kind of very easy for me, but it didn't went well. And the highest point was like I remember that they provide us a forum where we used to answer each and everything. So it's a kind of a very motivating thing for me, because I used to be the one who answer the questions the most, and they give you batches like, okay, you are the most knowledgeable, or you're the most supportive and all. So this is like a best feeling that one can get, that they are doing something and you are rewarding something. So it's a kind of they are appreciating you in each and everything. So that is the best part I'll say about the upgrad. And after the journey, I'll say that I have faced many rejections, to be very frank, around 15 plus. And meanwhile, I used to get mentor calls, and they also help me with mock-up interviews. Okay, where I'm going wrong, what I'm not doing correct. So all these are the things that upgrad has provided me, and this is the best thing that I achieved today. And I'll say everyone that it's a long journey, and everyone needs patience, because like you're going to lose it one or the other moment. I used to cry a lot, but it's like it's your family, it's upgrade mentors and career services that keeps you motivated, and they will make sure that you reach your destination. So thank you
And
so
that's
much.
my last question. Three friends that you're taking away from this program.
First of all is Prashant Upadhyay. He is like the best person, because he used to be my junior, but he told me, okay, go to this session, attend this session, do this project, is going to help you a lot. And the second one is Aviral, because he also helped me a lot in referring in other organizations. And the third one is he used to be my group partner, that is Harman. So these are the three people I'll take from my graduation.
No, lovely. Good to see that, Rashida, the life is not very different from an offline program. You did make friends, you did get the career outcome. And I know that it's always a coaster ride. Who better to understand the roller coaster life than our student mentors? So I'd like to now, Rashi, on that note, bring on board Simita. Simita has been our student mentor for a very long time, and now everyone up there, they all get promoted, they all move on, so they all leave their earlier designation in the position. So she's now leading a larger team and doing many more things beyond what we was at a student mentor level. Sumita, just your experience. These learners, all of the learners are working remotely, studying remotely. Your personal best moments that you remember from the programs that you have been part of that help you keep motivated and keep the team motivated. Just what were your two or three most memorable events from being a mentor?
Well, a lot of them actually, Mayank. I mean, I've been associated with quite a few batches in the past, and the experience of being the single point of contact for all the learners and helping them with their non-academic, non-technical queries, ensuring that they are prepared correctly, for case studies and prepared for online exam, making sure all the communication is reaching them properly when it comes to university guidelines, passing criteria, reminding them of their upcoming deadlines and assignments and how they can prepare better. Everything was such a memorable experience. But the one of the few things was I remember having these very long conversation, right, with a lot of learners out there, where we would actually sit down and discuss how we can do better for this particular course, what kind of a life session would make their goals achieving like faster, and then what will help them in making sure that their understanding of the overall concept is correctly. And I will take all of their suggestions, I will take it back to the content team, the product team, the delivery team, and we will make sure that we get the live sessions for them, right? So that was one of the best things that I always felt really great in making sure that the learners are expecting something from us, and me as a student mentor, since I'm the only single point of contact for all of them, I'm able to actually give them exactly what they need. Was something that will always remain with me. Apart from that, being a part of the WhatsApp group as well, I mean, you get to witness the peer-to-peer interaction, something that all of us at upGrad really encourage a lot, particularly the peer-to-peer learning and connecting with your fellow learners, networking with those fellow learners. When you are a part of that WhatsApp group, you get to experience that firsthand. And that for me was also something that I will cherish, for the rest of my life. I remember because we had learners from all across the part of the globe, and there will always be one or two learners available even at 3 a.m. In the morning when somebody is just asking a random questions about what are the variations of hypothesis testing and whatnot. So there will always be people supporting each other, helping each other, and all of those, and that's something that I will always cherish as a student mentor.
So, with the 3 or 4 friends that you still are in touch with, who have graduated after that you have mentored them.
Sorry, could you repeat
Any
that for me?
learners that you're still in touch with, having mentored them sometime back?
Yeah, I am. In fact, a couple of learners from the March batch, we are all connected on LinkedIn. We message each other back and forth. I remember Shreyas from C14. I remember Jayasree from C15, and a lot of people from March 2019. A lot of them connected with all of them on LinkedIn, and we sort of once in a while interact with each other, check on each other, how things are going and how are they doing in their career. And it feels so good to see them flourish in their lives, and looking at them now pursuing masters and getting or achieving those goals that they had set out for before they joined the program.
No, perfect, Simita. No, thank you very much. I know that the only point I wanted to bring out both from you and Rashi was that when you are doing an online program, sometimes it just feels it's a very lonely experience that you are the only one doing the program. There's no one else watching you. I think the fact that the mentors are always around to support you and to help you and to guide you, just to make sure that the program is not a lonely experience and you are going through the journey along with many others, and hopefully in the process also forming lifelong friendship that you form even in an online program. So I'm sure that at the right time, what Professor Sadagopal mentioned, that we will be sort of having people when they graduate saying that, look, we found our life partners also as part of this program. Perfect. So now with this, we have now come to the end of the session. I just want to thank each one of you for being here. As vote of thanks, first of all, a massive, huge, big thank you from the bottom of our hearts to each one of you graduating today. Many of you who are with us, who could not join us, thank you very much, because it's a day meant for you guys. This is your day. You guys are graduating, and I know it's a Sunday, and Sunday is a difficult day to take out time from the family. But look, for 1 year you have been taking out time from the family. One more day for graduation ceremony is not a very big deal. A big thank you for each one of you to join, not just the learners, but the friends, the family, all of them joining us for the session today. I also want to mention that, look, as we part ways, I would like to very clearly inform you that this is not the end of our journey, but it's a beginning of our journey. Many of you have mentioned that they would love to be in touch with IIT Bangalore for doing some research work, or with upGrad for taking up a new program. Please think that this is a lifelong partnership that we are entering into. And I want to just make sure that you know that both upGrad and IIT Bangalore are there for you in your entire journey. Whether there's something new that you want to take up, whether there's a new initiative that you want to take up, we are there to support you and make sure that we are helping you in meeting your full objective in your career itself. I just want to also give you a point of view that, look, you did the 1 year program. We heard Rashi's feedback as to how her journey has been and Simita's journey with multiple learners. It's a roller coaster ride, but never give up. Continue pushing hard to meeting your career objectives. For all the support and help, we are there, but it's your dedication and it's your attitude that matters a lot in the long run. And if you maintain this never give up attitude that Rashi mentioned, when each year to sit down and cry, or when Simita mentioned that many of the learners would come and say, look, now it's not working out for us. It's a never give up attitude that enables each one of you to meet what you're looking at achieving in the long run. Finally, as a thank you note, I'd like to thank Professor Sadagopal, Professor Asi, Professor Tricha, and the entire IIT Bangalore faculty members to build the most cutting-edge program that exists out there today in the new age domains. And there's a lot of hard work that has gone in building this entire sort of program infrastructure out there, that we can very strongly say that we have one of the most cutting-edge curriculum with one of the most cutting-edge pedagogy that we are offering to our learners at this point in time in this country right now, and hopefully perhaps one of the largest and one of the best programs that exist out there in the world. I would also like to thank all my fellow colleagues at upGrad. While we are talking out here, there's a team upstairs sitting and constantly streaming the live session. So you are seeing all those words and statements. They're picking and choosing all those statements so that you feel part of an engaged community while going through the graduation ceremony. So with that, thank you very much, everyone. I know I have been told there is no going away till you guys go to Facebook and Instagram and use your AR filters and put it out there. Stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great day ahead. But before we close, I would like for all of us to stand up for the national anthem as the closing remark of the session today.